What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Riled Up. Yeah, that's what we are.
Yep.
We never said our names.
Nope. Okay. Well,
Go ahead.
I'm Faith.
I'm Scott.
Yeah, you are.
I'm Scott. Hello.
And I'm Takaya, and I have some cake in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Alright.
today we're going to be discussing Andrew Yang, another presidential candidate for the 2020 election.
Yeah.
So we're here on his website. We're going to make it a little bigger though, so we can see it back here. If I make it too big, it doesn't work.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's
so
meet Andrew.
Let's meet Andrew. You can...
Yeah.
Wait, go back to the front page.
Okay.
Back. What does his thing say?
Join Andrew Yang, Democrat for president, freedom dividend. Yeah,
Humanity first. Okay.
humanity first, and you can donate and stuff.
Cool.
Alright, so
Awesome.
now go look
So
at...
meet Andrew.
Meet Andrew. Andrew's story.
Alright.
Oh, okay.
What'd you do?
He made it bigger.
Oh. I don't want to use your chat bot. Fuck with the dead.
I didn't know you had a chat bot. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm Andrew Yang, and I run for president as a Democrat in 2020 because I fear for the future of our country. Me too, bro. Me too. New technologies, robots, software, artificial intelligence have already destroyed more than 4 million U.S. jobs, and the next 5 to 10 years, they will eliminate millions
So
more.
we need to kill the robots.
So that's his. Okay, cool. A third of all American workers are at risk of permanent unemployment at this, and then this time, the jobs will not come back. All right, so that's an interesting thing to start with, is to get rid of robots.
You're in a sad world whenever the way to make creating things more efficiently is actually undesirable.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to read this paragraph?
I'm not a career politician. I'm an entrepreneur who understands the economy. Okay. He's telling me about the robot, so why did you put that first? Why didn't you put this first?
Yeah.
And then put that, like, somewhere else. On a different page.
Like, why is that what he led with? And now he's talking about himself.
He's out for the robots, I guess.
Because
you gotta reel you in, I guess, but, like, no.
Because, like, people who are anti-automation and everything, I guess.
But he could have put that somewhere else.
Yeah,
not
true.
about who he is. It has nothing to do with who he is. Anyways, I'm an entrepreneur who understands the economy. It's clear to me and to many of the nation's best job creators that we need to make an unprecedented change. And we need to make it now. But the establishment isn't willing to take necessary bold steps. As president, my first priority will be to implement the Freedom Dividend, a universal basic income for every adult American over the age of 18. Yeah. Paid for by new type of law. Okay.
Alright, we read
crisis
about that,
is underway.
on Marianne's
things. But yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Marion Williamson.
I'm trying to see the minus of this problem. And even, okay, what are you even talking about?
Marion
Blah, blah.
Webster's.
Father of 2 young boys. You know the country that I grew up in is going to be very different than when you grew up in. You look back at your life knowing you did everything you could, blah, blah. Opportunity, freedom, blah, blah. I urge you to join me. You told me much of nothing. I'm really about you. Okay.
Alright, so what do we want to click on next?
What did you...
Policy?
Universal, that's the universal basic income, right?
Yeah, that's universal basic income.
Okay, so policy, I guess?
Okay.
Our policies. It says he got 3.
Yeah, freedom dividend, Medicare for all, and human-centered capitalism.
You lost me, mate. Not gonna lie. That's
Alright, let's go through each.
The chat bot needs to go. I don't want it.
Is that supposed to be him? Is that like a little...
Yeah, that's like a caricature.
That's fun.
It's like a emoji.
Mm-hmm.
The freedom dividend. Andrew would implement the freedom dividend and universal basic income. Blah. For every American adult over the age of 18. This is an everyone's work status for a factor.
Except for welfare.
Other than regular increases to keep up the cost of living, any change to the freedom dividend would require a constitutional amendment. It will be illegal to lend or borrow against one's dividend.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Lend or borrow against one's dividend.
Like, if you're getting the dividend, maybe like...
So you can't give someone else your money?
Maybe?
How do they give this to you? You get a check every time?
I would or like a direct deposit. I would
Well,
assume.
here we go. Problems to be solved.
Okay, approximately 40 million Americans live below the poverty line. Yes, technology is quickly displacing American workers.
You really don't like the robots.
You really don't. Good jobs are becoming more and more scarce, and Americans are already working harder and harder for less and less. That's true. Necessary to support and preserve a robust consumer economy. Many Americans are stuck in the wrong jobs because of the need to survive.
Oh,
That's true. There are many positive social activities that are currently impossible for men to do because they lack the financial resources to dedicate time to it, including taking care of a child or sick loved one and volunteering in the community. Oh, is this a quote? Who's this from? Is this from him? Yes.
Presumably.
The most direct and concrete way for the government to improve your life is to send you a check for $1,000 every month, and you let you spend it in whatever manner will benefit you the most. The government is not capable of a lot of things. That's okay, whatever. But it is capable of sending large numbers of checks to large numbers of people.
that's really weird.
That's interesting. We have plenty of resources. They're just not being distributed to enough people right now. Let's build a new kind of economy, one that puts people first. If there's one policy that will transform America, most of better is universal basic income.
Okay.
Goals. End poverty in the most direct manner possible. Give people money. That's definitely direct, but it's not necessarily effective.
Long term.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like if you teach a man a fish, you teach him for yeah. It's like that, but
it's like that.
Like yes, give people money, but also give. Jesus, anyways.
Yeah, we need a lot more change than this. Yeah, than this guys are proposing.
Somebody else read. I've been reading a lot.
Move our economy into its next stage of development, human capitalism, with a focus on improving everybody's quality of living.
How?
Why is the next stage of development human capitalism? Human capitalism is just a thing. Like,
well, we'll find out what he means by that whenever we go to his human capitalism page. Should be fair. Prevent the massive disruption that will accompany the rapid development and adoption of automation and other. Yeah,
he doesn't like the robot.
He doesn't like the. I'm a transhumanist. He doesn't like the robots.
Allow people the freedom to switch jobs, move, innovate, and contribute to society.
Turbocharge the economy by providing income to those who are most likely to spend it.
As president, I will implement the freedom dividend, providing universal basic income of $1,000 a month to all American adults over the age of 18 so that we may all share in the prosperity we have contributed to and participate in the economy.
You can breathe in between sentences. It's okay, fam. That's why there's periods.
Okay, so we got some quotes here. What is he quoting?
So let's see. This is from Thomas Paine in 1796. It says, "Out of a collected fund from landowners, there shall be paid to every person, when arrived at the age of 21 years, the sum of 15 pounds sterling." Okay, whatever. Skipping. Martin Luther King Jr. 1967. I took the same thing above, but like the numbers are mixed up. Anyways, I am now convinced that the simplest approach will provide and most effective. The solution to poverty is to abolish it directly by now widely discussed measure, the guaranteed income. So there's just a bunch of people saying give people money. What Nixon? What I'm proposing is that the federal government build a foundation on the income of every American family that cannot care for itself and whatever. That's Nixon.
You should not be quoting
Nixon. You should be quoting Nixon. No, but okay.
That's just criminal.
Okay, dude. Wait, you're gonna quote Bernie? But you're running against Bernie.
I mean, to be fair, so...
I mean, Joe Biden is already endorsing Bernie, but, you know, it's okay.
He did say President Sanders a couple of times during the debate.
Oh, God.
And he quoted Stephen Hawking.
And Barack. Nice. Okay, somebody else heard these quotes. Okay.
In my view, every American is entitled to at least a minimum standard of living.
Is that how Bernie sounds?
There are different ways to get to that goal, but that's the goal that we should strive to reach. Okay?
Everyone can enjoy a life of luxury.
Oh, wait. He's using Barack to hate on the robot. Why is he quoting more?
The way I describe it is that because of automation, because of globalization, we're going to have to examine the social compact the same way we did in the early 19th century. And then again, during the Great Depression, the notion of a 40-hour work week, a minimum wage, child labor laws, etc. Those will have to be updated for these new realities. What is indisputable? That the AI gets further incorporated into society, potentially gets wealthier. The link between production and distribution. How much you work and how much you make gets further and further. That's a word.
Attenuated.
We'll be debating unconditional free money over the next 10 to 20 years.
Oh.
Bill Gates, Elon Musk, all these people. Who's Warren Buffett?
Economist, capitalist, I think.
Capitalist.
Why
My
are we
favorite.
quoting Elon Musk?
Wow. Zuckerberg! He's quoting Zuckerberg!
Zuck!
Oh my god!
Zuckerberg.
Okay, so that's it for this one. So let's go back to
That's
his.
fun.
No.
No.
Zuckerberg.
Alright, policy. Next one.
Policy. Okay, our policies. The Medicare for All. Access to quality health care is one of the most important factors in overall well-being. And yet, America is one of the few industrialized nations not to provide health care for all of its citizens.
Oh, really? This is news to me.
Instead, we have a private healthcare system that leaves millions uninsured and bankrupts even some of those who do have health insurance. At the same time, our cost of care is higher than in almost any other industrialized country while providing worse outcomes. The Affordable Care Act was a step in the right direction, providing funds to states to innovate while expanding Medicaid substantially. However, it didn't address the fundamental issues plaguing our healthcare system. Access to medicine isn't guaranteed to all citizens, and the incentives for healthcare providers don't align with providing quality, efficient care.
This must change.
Okay.
Oh
Through a
my.
Medicare for All system, we can ensure that all Americans receive the health care they deserve. Not only will this raise the quality of life for all Americans, but by increasing access to preventative care, will also bring overall healthcare costs down.
Yes.
With the shift to Medicare for All system, costs can also be controlled directly by setting prices provided for medical services. The best approach is highlighted by the top-ranked Cleveland Clinic. Their doctors are paid a flat salary instead of price-for-service model. This shift has led to a hospital where costs are visible and under control. Redundant tests are minimum and physician turnover is much lower. Okay, so that's really interesting because that is a thing, is that, like, pretty much with everything else, you can, like, look at what it's going to cost and, like, shop around, but, like, you have no idea how much you're going to be paying for something in the medical field until you get your bill. Yeah. So, like, where it says that costs are visible and under control, like, you should be able to look and see that, like, this surgery is going to cost this much.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's usually not how it works.
I agree with that. Doctors also report being more involved with their patients. Since their salary, there's no need to churn through patient after patient. Instead, they can spend the proper amount of time to ensure that each patient receives their undivided attention and empathy.
Empathy, that's a key.
Outside of a shift to a Medicare for All system, we can look at the South Central Foundation for another important shift necessary in the way we treat patients. Holistic approaches. At this treatment center for Native Alaskans, mental and physical problems are both investigated, and unsurprisingly, the two are often linked. By referring patients to psychologists during routine physicals, doctors are able to treat, for example, both the symptoms of obesity and the underlying mental health issues that's often related to the issue. The referral also leads people with issues they may otherwise tend to try to bury, sexual abuse, addictions, or domestic violence issues, to bring them up with a doctor so they can be addressed.
That's yes.
Yeah,
I don't have a yes card because, you know. But yes. We're going to talk about that.
By providing holistic health care to all our citizens will drastically increase the average quality of life, extend life expectancy, and treat issues that often go untreated. We'll also be able to bring costs under control and outcomes up, as most industrialized nations have. He says bring costs, like, under control and that they've been controlled, but, like, what is that?
Finally, being tied to an employer so that you don't lose your health care prevents economic mobility. It's important that people feel free to seek out new opportunities, and our current employer-provided healthcare system prevents that. Interesting. Talks
Yeah,
about
like you can't
mobility.
move your job because if you have healthcare there,
you're gonna lose your
then
healthcare.
you're gonna lose that, and so
Yeah.
you're less incentivized
All
to
right.
move around.
Problems to be solved. Millions of Americans live without healthcare.
Yep.
Yes. Even those with healthcare
are bankrupt by healthcare
Yes.
costs.
Yes.
Many Americans with healthcare have policies that don't afford them the opportunity to receive proper care.
Yes. Okay, because like ours is a deductible of $3,000, so like we have to be $3,000 in the hole before we get any kind of assistance.
Oh wow,
Like we pay 100% up until that.
that's crazy.
Healthcare costs in this country are relatively high, and outcomes are relatively poor. You pay a lot, and you get diddly squat.
Yeah.
Doctors are incentivized to act as factory workers, training through patients and prescribing redundant tests rather than doing what they prefer, spending extra time with each patient to ensure overall health. You know what I like
Yes.
specifically about when I go to the student health
Mm-hmm.
and our doctor specifically? She does. She will talk to you.
She knows us. Like
She knows our names.
she knows that like we went on vacation and study abroad.
But she talks to us about not just our physical health. Also, she talks with us about our mental health, and it's like, hey, if this isn't good, you need to go
Like
to
she's
this
not
other
even
resource.
she doesn't even prescribe me my antidepressants, but she still asks about it and
And
makes
she
sure that
prescribes me
it's
mine,
good.
but she also asks me to try to the counseling, try some other medicines. Like she's cool, and we need more of that. I think our student health as a whole is kind of moving more into that direction, which is nice. But again, we have this thing on our campus that's not for other people.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Exactly. Healthcare costs in this country are relatively high.
Yeah, you're
Read
right.
that.
It's many health issues fall through the cracks because doctors rely
You're scrolling right past it.
on patients to bring up issues rather than treating each one holistically.
So it's like if you don't tell your doctor that you had an issue, they're not going to ask you, which is crazy because you might not even realize that that's a problem. If something's a problem.
That's a big mood. Like if this just happens to you every day of your life, you don't realize that that's a problem.
But it's not okay. Like
you don't realize that other people don't have.
Yeah, like it's like I wasn't having periods for like years, and I was like, yeah, I'm just weird like that. It's fine. And it's like, no, you have a condition, and you should see a doctor's help about that. It's like
employees are tied to their whatever. They're tied up.
healthcare should be a basic right for all Americans. Right now, if you get sick, you have two things to worry about: how to get better and how to pay for it.
Oof, that's a big thing.
True.
That my mom talked about one time with me was that she was like, she hates that, like, if my dad were to, like, fall in the shower or something, that her first thought is, like, we can't pay for this.
That's literally how I feel about any time I get sick or anything.
I know. I'm like, the first thing should be, like, are you okay? Am I okay? How can I get better? But instead, the way that the system works is that, like, your first thought has to be, like, I can't afford this. Or, like, I can't afford to miss work because of this.
Yes, like when my back was hurting, like, really bad, like, every day, I was like, I can't afford this. Like,
I'm like, this is a problem, which means I'm probably gonna have to see a specialist.
Yes.
Which I cannot afford to do that.
I'm like, I got student health insurance, but that don't do nothing. Like,
I know.
It only covers so much.
Exactly. Or like breaking something, or even just like when we would get sick and we were working, and like you have to call in, and it's like, well, that's like 6 to 8 hours that are gone off of my paycheck, and that's a big chunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the rest of this? Too many Americans are making terrible, impossible choices between paying for healthcare and other needs.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, people trying to afford insulin.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
We need to provide high quality healthcare to all Americans, and a Medicare for All system is the most efficient way to accomplish that. Be a massive boost to our economy. People will be able to start businesses and change jobs without fear of losing their health insurance. Goals: holistic healthcare for all Americans. Bend the cost curve of healthcare down. Focus on preventive and holistic care. Change the incentive structure for doctors and allow doctors and hospitals to innovate in treatment.
Work with Congress to create a Medicare for All system to provide healthcare to all Americans. Shift the way doctors are compensated to promote holistic and empathic care. Create incentives for and invest in innovative treatment methods and methodologies.
What I'm seeing from Mr. Yang is a lot of repeats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he just said.
Up
Right here.
He says the same things over and over again. It's like, It's like I'm trying to write a paper for English class. I can do that because it's just an English paper. You're running for president of the United States, and all you can do is repeat yourself.
That's a little.
I'm gonna need you to have a little bit more, fam.
Like, also, his website is just a lot less than, like, at least Mary Ann had, like,
she had different, like, she had
a
hot
lot.
topics.
Yeah.
a lot of stuff
She's-
up here. We have one more thing to really look at.
Like, this
That's
is.
And then the rest of it is just focused on his events, and he has a store.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
We
we
can
can check out his paw. We can check out. I want to check out the store and see what he got.
Yeah, then we can look at
Get
his,
some
like,
Yang merch.
we can look at his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, we'll
we
see
can,
if like that might say
But
more.
why does his website not have more?
Okay, there's some stuff here. Okay, we'll look at that. Yangbot, we don't want you. Human-centered capitalism, because we still need capitalism, apparently.
For some reason.
Alright, capitalism as an economic system has led to unparalleled innovation and improvement.
Has it?
Yeah, has it really? Anyways.
Has it?
Yangbot.
Dangbot.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Has it really led to improvement of the human
no.
condition?
Many consider it to have won the war of ideas against socialism. But that simplistic view ignores that there is no such thing as a pure capitalist
I'm so
system.
glad we won the war against socialism.
It's all dead.
And our current version of
We're
institutional
hidden inside.
We're the hackers.
I'm in. And our current version of
We're in
institutional
America.
capitalism and corporatism is a relatively recent development. Our current emphasis on corporate profits isn't working for the vast majority of Americans. No shit. This
Oh
will
my god.
only be made worse by he really hates robots, y'all. Like, he really doesn't like the robots.
This dude does not like robots.
I understand a cautious amount of, stuff like robots. But half my campaign would not be about robots. And I really has, like, 95% of his campaign is robots.
Yeah.
So, he's one of those people. We need to move to a new form of capitalism. Human capitalism as opposed to robot capitalism. That's geared towards maximizing human well-being and fulfillment. The central tenets of human capitalism are humans are more important than money. I would
Okay.
Yeah.
See, his idea of, like, human capitalism seems to be like an oxymoron.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I don't think that these can work together. Like, where he's like, humans are more important than money, but I'm like, that's not what capitalism says,
Yeah,
fam.
in
capitalism is all about the money.
In capitalism, money matters the most.
The unit of a human capitalist economy is each person, not each dollar. That's literally the sentence you said before. Markets exist to serve our common goals and values.
So that's basically 2 bullet points.
Yes.
The focus of our economy should be to maximize human welfare. Sometimes this aligns with a purely capitalist approach. When? Please show me when. Where different entities compete for the best idea.
I don't like that his little bot down there, like, blinks at him.
Anyways, but there are plenty of times when a capitalist system is to suboptimal conditions.
Yeah, all the time.
Think of an airline refusing to honor your ticket because they can get more money from a customer who purchases last minute, or a pharmaceutical company charging extortionate rates for a life-saving
You
drug
mean
because
insulin?
the customers are desperate. And but alright, Mr. Yang. See, my thing is gonna be all we're gonna have like a few things that is okay, and then everything else is just There's one problem to be solved. At present, the market systematically tends to undervalue many things, activities, and peoples, many of which are core to the human experience. What does that even mean? Yeah, we got a quote. Let's see what this quote says. We need to make the market serve us rather than the other way around. Profit-seeking companies are organized to maximize their bottom line at every turn, which will naturally lead to extreme policies and outcomes. We need government leaders who are truly laser-focused on the public interest above all else and will lead companies to act accordingly. Okay.
Okay.
What are you saying?
Goals.
Goals! Make the economy work for Americans, not the other way around. How? How do that? How do this?
Take away the robots.
That's not a goal. Like,
That's not a goal. That's
an
just
idea.
Yes, it's a theory. Maybe it's not even a hypothesis.
Take away robots.
Yeah, direct capital to investments to improve human welfare, not to enrich the wealthiest Americans. Okay,
Okay.
I agree to not enrich the wealthiest Americans because you gotta got money. Create measurements around people, not dollars. How many times are you going to say
Now we're
that?
going to repeat exactly what that
Oh, okay, you got a big thing as president. Change the... Okay, as president, I will change the way we measure the economy. They from GDP and stock market to a more inclusive set of measurements that ensure humans are thriving, not barely making it by. New measurements like median income and standard of living, health-adjusted life expectancy, mental health, childhood success rate, social and economic mobility, absence of substance abuse, and others. This is the most he's ever said in this whole website.
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
And others will
I know.
give us
And that's good stuff. I don't know why he's not talking about that.
because maybe he doesn't know more about it. This is it.
That's it. That's all
is
you
it.
gotta say.
He's
But
like,
like, that is good because
Yes.
like
yes, this is all.
GDP and stuff does not give a realistic
Yeah, we took
picture
our
of what
our geography
is happening,
class and
yeah.
all the other
all these other
maps.
measures
Yeah.
are much better at giving a good picture of what's happening.
True.
Rein in corporate excesses by appointing regulators who are paid a lot, Rein in corporate excesses by appointing regulators who are paid a lot of money competitive with senior jobs in the private sector, but then will be prohibited from going to private industry. What is this sentence saying?
I'm sorry, do you hear the riot outside?
Yes, I do hear the right outside. Regulators need to
I'm
focus
sorry
on
if
making
you all
the
can
right
hear this.
decisions. They can't hear it. And policies for the public with zero concern for the next position. Is he saying that in order to rein in corporate excess, you hire these people and then you pay them a lot of money
Yes.
to compete? Okay, I don't know.
It's weird.
The government's goal should be to drive individuals and organizations to find new ways to improve the same. So you should be saying what these new ways to improve are. An excerpt from the. I don't really know excerpts.
Wait, what?
This is okay. At present, the market systematically tends to undervalue many things that tend to peoples, many of which are human. Okay, consider parenting or caring for loved ones, teaching or nurturing children. Whoever made his website should have done better.
True.
Because you have all these things, and you can talk about all these things, but like
No.
people of
He
color.
didn't have as but he didn't hire as good of copywriters.
Yeah.
That's really the big.
Wait, what's those bullet points?
Oh.
Human capitalism has a few core tenets.
He's literally already put this up there.
Is this part of the excerpt from the book that he's talking? Like, is this
No.
still all part of it?
No, I don't
He's
think
just
so.
saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
All right.
Paid
All
for
right.
by friends of Andrew Yang.
You want to look at the market now? Or you want to look at the things at the bottom of the policies?
Let's look there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
I was trying to speed it up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Economy, jobs, and she has little clicky thingies, and we already know the capital. We already read about that. But go back.
Yeah,
So
you're
this
right.
just takes us to things.
Go back. Don't click the same shit.
I was looking at what they were first. Improve the American score.
Click on reduce student loan burden and see what that takes us to. Why doesn't he have these as big? Because there's like one paragraph. That's why it is. Student loan debts have exploded relative to the form of. This is limiting the. Okay, we need to create a clear path out of the crippling debt, but you're not giving any options. But scroll down.
No, that's
Okay. Education that has exploded millions of young Americans.
Why don't these have a big clicky thing like the other ones?
Because he doesn't care. Scroll more.
Yeah,
scroll. What's the goals? I don't remember if scroll as long.
Read the goals.
It's long and stupid.
Goals.
Reduce the burden on millions of young Americans for their education. Improve the efficacy of funds invested in education. And increase accountability of educational institutions.
What are they being held accountable for?
That's a good question.
Alright. Sustainability. What are his goals for sustainability?
Use the Exim Bank powers for good by making it cheaper for other countries to buy your sustainable technology. What? Our country does not have a plan
to export green technology. So you're just talking about exporting the technology but not actually implementing it?
Rights to privacy / abortion. Upgrading trade deals.
Using trade deals to fight climate change.
Corporations have incentives to avoid environmental regulations. Keeping jobs and same manufacturing practices here in the U.S. This is all about.
Okay, what did you want to look at?
The right to privacy / abortion.
Yeah.
He at least mentions contraception.
Yeah. Unlike Marianne.
Access to birth control should be provided to all Americans. It should be a decision of each individual whether she wants to use it or not. Not a decision made by a doctor, family, or where she lives. Yes. Right to bodily integrity.
I just want to say saying she and not considering.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like anybody.
Cis heteronormativity is a bitch.
Like it's not just women.
Cis normativity in this case, yeah.
The cis hetero, just in a general sense, yes, it's bitch.
Yes, it
The
is.
rights of many Americans, women to have control of their bodies is being unhappily eroded. They love their words erosion. Well, legislation with no medical legislators with no medical background, huh? Treat women equally. Does this include trans women? Does he have anything about the gay people?
Let's go see. We got the gays.
Like LGBTQ people. Legalizing
He got
marijuana.
marijuana.
I'm down for that. Wait, I want to actually, let's read more about that. What is
Hold
he?
on, I just want to see. The penny makes no sense.
Environment.
Okay, so wait, these are separated.
The economy, jobs, and labor. Okay.
Hold on.
The environment.
Democracy and governance.
There's a lot of these.
Civil rights. Okay.
okay.
Yes. Okay. Let's see what he says about
Okay, so
the
he
gays.
actually got a lie.
They should. This website. Okay.
This website sucks.
Mr. Yang.
Yeah.
Mr. Yang and his cohorts. I'm
This
gonna have
is
to ask
really
y'all to like
difficult to look at.
do better.
John, say
Fund
no, I
autism.
don't want that.
Okay. Yeah. It's like. Yeah.
I just want to open some of these.
Was it go back or fund autism intervention? No, I don't know what that means by that. Do financial counseling.
There's a lot of
Early child
this.
education. There's a lot. They should have set up like Marianne had with like the little. You could see all of it. You can't see all of this. Miscellaneous / fun. Extend daylight savings time
That's a big
all
thing.
year.
Yeah. So just like stop it, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's just okay.
You don't like the penny.
Support for the arts, making taxes fun.
Oh my
College
God.
I want to know.
Robocall.
All right, let's look through these.
Okay, get ready, Aimbot. He don't like AI, but he had a little chat bot on his website. Sexual orientation and gender identity should be protected classes in the law, receiving all federal protections afforded under the Constitution and law. Too many
So, like,
Americans are discriminated against.
They say gender identity there, but like, do you actively?
Yeah.
Who you love and how you love are up to you. The law should recognize and protect lesbian, gay, and bisexual and trans individuals. Always been pro-gay marriage. Why should straight people have all the fun? People are people, and all love is beautiful. That's a very generic, I like gay people statement. Let's
True.
say.
Especially
It's
since
so generic.
there's only lesbian, gays, and bisexuals.
He could have just said, he said trans, but he could have just did the, like, acronym.
Yeah, but I'm talking
And
about
then-
sexualities. There's only lesbian, gays, bisexuals.
Yes, he could have done the acronym. And then also he's, like, been pro-gay marriage, but, like, there's so much more to LGBTQ rights than just gay marriage.
True.
That's already happened. We're done with that. Thinking about trans rights, job security, all of this stuff. Let's just his goals. Ensure full rights and protections. Okay, let's see what as president what he will do. Promote any legislation extending protected status to the individuals based on sexual orientation, gender identity. Increase funding for programs directed at educating the public on these issues.
Okay, the very
Increase
last one is
funding.
appoint LGBTQ individuals to senior posts in this administration. So again, that's like Marianne said with the appointing disabled people. Like, are you just going to
Are you going for
throw a couple gays in there to be like, look, I'm inclusive?
Because it's like even if it's like the whole gays for Trump thing. You can have these people. That doesn't mean they're good people. It doesn't mean that they have good policies. It just means they happen to identify a certain way. Because contrary to popular belief, your sexual orientation is not all that you are.
Yeah.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yeah, that fricker. He's a whole nother episode. We'll talk about him.
Alright, so go to close that.
Gun safety. Let's. Why the fuck every gosh darn freaking page? Okay.
Okay. Suicide rates. Yay.
Interesting. No one's really talking about suicide rates.
No.
Physical confrontation, domestic violence, likely to be deadly. Firearms involved. Mass shootings have reached an epidemic proportion. Yes. Guns are a big part of their culture and identity. Why? Anyways, I need a why one of these.
That must be respected. Like,
Why? Why is that respected? It's a okay. It's a gun. It's not like it's not. It's literally not cultural heritage.
No,
it's just a
not.
weapon.
It's just a gun.
Yeah.
Like, if it's like taking away your right to make curry chicken as being like an Indian person, that's one thing. Taking away your gun got nothing to do with your culture or your identity. It's a gun. Anyways, however,
sorry.
guns are a much major.
The random old people that want their guns to be respected can suck my dick, because I would rather be respected than
The
make
gun?
sure a gun is
Yeah, like how much you respect all the kids to keep getting gunned down, but you know. However, guns are a major responsibility, and those things of common sense gun safety measures, especially considering they're already approaching 400 million firearms in the United States while collecting guns. Responsible gun owners should continue to enjoy their rights to bear arms.
Here, this is what gets me though. Okay, so he mentioned suicide, which is nice, but I feel like he's mentioning it too much, and that he's going to start talking about mental health as a barrier.
We need to ban most dangerous weapons, gun shootings, and address other violence, particularly suicide, that's leading this country. I'm going to go ahead and say that suicide is not a major gun thing. Like, most people that commit suicide do not use a gun, so that's not valid to this argument.
Like, I can understand the idea that that people that guns make it easy to do suicide,
but that's not. Like that's not.
I also feel like that's another thing that just having like a waiting period could do. Where like again, if you're in that mood and you go to the
the one thing I can say about America,
Walmart,
it can pass, and so you're like, okay, maybe you seek help instead of
suicide.
Yes, but that's like the only thing.
The one thing I can say about America's gun culture is at least we're not the country with a gun on its flag. That's Mozambique.
Well, how many shootings? I don't know much about Mozambique, so I'm not gonna talk about Mozambique. That's in Africa, right?
Yes.
All right. Problems. Most Americans agree that responsible gun ownership with certain reactions. Do they?
Do they think that?
No, because if you say anything less to them, they're gonna be like, "You're just trying to steal my guns," and that's not even. But people are okay, whatever. Current gun laws have been pushed in a dangerous direction by lobbying groups only looking out for the profits of gun manufacturers. Mass shootings are becoming increasingly common and deadly. Well, typically mass shootings are deadly, but it's not. But increasingly common is all you needed to say.
I mean, mass shootings literally that means 6 people or more killed, I believe. So
most Americans agree. This is what you just said. As president, I will support sensible regulation. What's classified as sensible regulation?
Tell me what you mean by that, bro.
Create a common sense licensing policy requiring investment.
What is common sense?
Yes, because what is common sense?
Prevent dangerous individuals from owning guns.
No, don't get me started.
Ooh. That's what this is all about.
I get you started.
That's what this is all about.
So you mean all the police officers that beat their wives and their kids, and all the politicians that beat their wives and their kids? Them?
Yeah.
Or do you mean the person who just happens to be diagnosed with depression? Or just a little wacky in the head? But ban the manufacture, sale, and transfer of weapons and accessories that make it easier for individuals to commit mass shootings. So, are you saying less assault rifles?
Yeah, I think so.
Just say that then.
We'll see.
Enhance mental health resources available to people who need help. Yes, but that's not necessarily relevant to this conversation. But it's okay. Provide de-escalation training and mental health professionals to law enforcement and agencies to prevent interactions from becoming deadly. Okay.
De-escalation, yes.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah, I'm just...
The people who say that they do something out of fear or in self-defense
So it's like you expect this scared... I'm gonna go with this scared kid to not react.
I know.
When a grown-ass officer is doing something, but you're allowed...
What's the book called?
I know exactly what you're talking about. The one with Bryan Stevenson?
Bryan Stevenson's book.
Yeah.
We have it over there. But...
What is it called?
I can't remember what it's
called. I know what you're talking about.
I can, I'll just put it in the book.
Yeah, we'll link
But it's a book by Bryan Stevenson, and in there, and he's a lawyer, and he deals with a lot of
the black man.
Yeah, and he deals with a lot of death row cases. But one of the things that he talks about in this book that we can't remember the title of is how he got like stopped by police one time, and that as a 30-something-year-old man,
his first instinct was
to run away. And it's like, how do you expect someone who's like 10 to handle being approached by the police? Like, it's a scary situation, and you can say all you want that, you know, if you're innocent, you wouldn't be scared, but like, you don't be scared.
I was 13 or 14 years old, and I had a gun pointed at me by a police officer in a situation where I obviously had no, like, I had nothing to do with anything. I'm not going to go into details about what it is because it's none of your business. But I did not, me as a 13 or 14-year-old, didn't have anything to do with any of that, and I had the gun pointed at me, and that was one of the most terrifying things ever. So, like, you're gonna say, oh, you're scared? It's like, you're pointing a gun at me. I'm scared. I know that in an instant you can end my life.
Yes. Yeah. And you have gone into this profession. You made that choice.
I didn't choose to be black.
You didn't choose
that's what
to be in that situation.
That's fucking Blue Lives Matter shit. Like, that's BS. You chose to be a cop. These people didn't choose to be their race or their sexuality or whatever. You chose that. So, you know.
To say that you're afraid and that's why you react violently.
So, de-escalation training. Mental health professionals. Yeah.
And you
need more background screening on someone before you hire them into law enforcement.
Yeah, we need to like prevent racists from becoming police officers.
We need to prevent racists in sentence.
yeah.
It's true.
It's true.
But you know, that's.
I'm just talking.
No, yeah, I got you.
Yes, exactly. Definitely, that is true.
Yeah.
But, and just not even racism, like, you know, the domestic violence and stuff. It's like these people, and it gets covered up because they're a cop. It's like they're beating their wives or their kids.
What is it?
It's so common that it's like a trope.
What is it? Like, a lot of people say that only 40% of cops beat their wives, but that's actually only the ones that are reported.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's almost half.
Only almost half of these people are getting their asses whooped. Like, that's fucking, ooh. Police, man. That's a whole video that I could
That is a whole video.
About police and cops and, so much. Well,
when we make a video about that, like police brutality,
Kamala Harris the cop.
Link it.
Yeah, Kamala's the cop. Yeah, we'll talk about this and more when we talk about Kamala. Miss Harris. But as President Mr. Yang closed the gun show and Charleston loopholes, requiring all gun sales and those transfers to have a background check, and it says most transfers. Why not all transfers?
Yeah, you're right.
To have a background check. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get a bunch of messes up. There's some dude.
Wait. And the next thing that he says is implement a purchase limit rate, not total. So you can't purchase firearms at a specific rate. So you can't buy 2 in a month, but you can have as many as you want.
Yes.
That's stupid. Anyways, what do you think?
There's this tweet that some man made. I don't know who he was. But it was like, he was talking about how, like, he doesn't think it's necessary. Like, if his friends don't pass a background check to get their firearms, he'll just lend them his, but that's not a problem. He's like, my friends aren't criminals and stuff, and it's like, why didn't they pass a background check?
Yes!
He's like some, like, political, I think he's some right-wing dude. He's not right, he's like just some dude. But I was just like, you're saying that they're not criminals.
Wow.
But why didn't you pass your own background check?
Yes. He's like, they're not, I think, yeah. Anyways.
Bro.
Yeah, like, bro. Like, come on. No. Implement a federal cooling off period to decrease the incidence of suicide and impulsive crime. Okay. You could have just started with the impulsive crime and then suicide, you know. So it's not,
create a clear definition of assault weapon.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't just 5-year renewal requirement for gun ownership. You see, but the background check, history of violence, violent mental illness. Okay. That's better than just saying mental illness.
Yeah, like Marianne did.
Specify violent mental illness, which is totally different.
Yeah, like the dictionary did earlier.
Yeah. Marianne Webster. Marianne Williamson. Yeah, sure. But yeah, violent mental illness.
Automatically confiscate any weapon that has been modified in any way to increase its ammunition capacity,
Yes!
firing rate, or impact.
Like, I do not understand in the slightest why anyone would feel the need to just have a weapon that can gun down 20 people at once.
Yeah.
Like, why?
They think that
They don't think anything.
They think well.
Okay.
I've looked into their mentality before, and it's like they're scared of like of like 20 people coming to their house and like trying to kill them.
The odds are someone's going to invade your home. It's not going to be more than 5 people.
I'm not saying it's.
It's not rational.
Doesn't make.
Whatsoever.
I'm not saying it's rational. That's just their mentality.
It's wrong.
I know.
And to implement a federal buyback program for anyone who wants to voluntarily give up their firearms.
Okay.
See, it's like a fence thing. It's like you don't want to completely like disarm people because the government is shady.
Yeah.
I mean, and
I'm like, yeah, it's like
I've heard I've heard an interesting argument about background checks, where it's like if you implement background check, if you not background checks, but mandatory buyback. That's it, not mandatory buybacks. So people are just going to turn in their current guns in the voluntary buyback program and get the money back, and then they're going to buy more guns. Because now they can afford more. Yeah.
But I don't. If it's anything like book buyback, you wouldn't be getting that much back, and you wouldn't.
You don't know how it would be though.
Yeah.
It's a gun as opposed to a book. What's this? Autism fund autism intervention. As awareness of the symptoms of autism have improved, we've seen an increase in the number of children diagnosed with autism. Recent numbers put the rate in 1 to 59 of the outcome autistic children are significantly better if they're diagnosed early and receive the care they need to develop. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Autism affects what resources currently don't meet the needs of these children. Yeah. One of my boys is on the autism spectrum.
Okay.
I know how. Okay, that makes me feel better about this a little bit.
Yeah.
I know how invaluable resources in an intervention can be, particularly if adopted early on. Families struggle with this in very personal ways. In the country, we should provide ample resources to parents to be able to intervene to support the development of children with autism or exceptional in other ways. These children have something unique to offer. Adequately fund early childhood. I have a whole class about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so I can get behind that.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody read about these pennies.
The penny makes no sense.
Nobody likes pennies.
They aren't valuable enough to buy anything. They sit at the bottom of your pocket or purse, taking up space, so you begrudgingly throw them in a change jar.
Yes.
And whether you're in a rush, the person ahead of you in line pulls something out of your change and starts slowly counting out pennies. Seriously though, yeah, they are expensive. They cost more to make than they're worth.
This is a very interesting thing to have. Like nobody's on.
Yeah.
Eliminate the penny. I get it, but like it's just really weird.
It makes sense.
So we'll hear.
As a president, I will eliminate the penny.
I didn't even do that on purpose. This makes sense.
Yes. What? That's funny. I can't. Okay, let's see. Let's hear. Robocalling text line. Robocalling has become so with an irritation and harassment for millions of Americans. Did I get one of those today? Yeah. Companies have determined that the cost of a robocall is zero, so if even a handful generates, I'm struggling. Sales leads they pay off. Okay, this has led
saying that it has almost no cost
to do this. Our attention is valuable in companies that occupy to be put in our lives. They're simply wasting our time. There needs to be some disincentive.
Oh, so he wants to have a text line that you can say, "Hey, this number called me and it was stupid."
Okay, which interesting.
Right. I can't behind that.
Yeah, because they're always calling me when my car's just in the warranty, and I do not have, nor have I ever had a car.
But Mr. Yang, won't people be able to get jobs responding to those text messages and looking at them? Your anti-robot everywhere else.
Robocalls are increasingly frequent, given that they cost nothing. There's an accessible means or incentive. Okay. Yeah, there's no way to register a complaint. Like, you just have to block this number, but then they call from a different number.
Yeah.
Provided it's ridiculous that companies can call us all day, every day. This is the only phone calls I ever get from daggone robots. Provided disincentive to excessive robocalling by companies, maintain our receptivity to genuine outreach, introduce increased accountability to firms. And this shit,
Okay, I just want to know, why in most of these things he's been super vague and doesn't really explain how he's going to do this. But he's already come up with the phone number for the text lines.
Because he don't like the robots. he hates the robots.
So like everything else has been so vague, and he doesn't really have a solution to it. But like he's literally already come up
with the robots to get rid of the robots. Yeah,
the robots to get rid of the robots.
Like,
all right, so we want to look at his Wikipedia a little bit.
Yeah.
Anything else up here that looks anything? Let's see. Slowly. You know my eyeballs move real fast. Entice high skill Southern Border Security. Oh, okay. Let's see what Mr. Yang. Yeah, what he got to say about
what?
Quantum computing.
I don't care about anything about that. I don't know what that is. I don't want to know. Reverse boot camp. Click that.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't want to click it like that. I want it to click it like this.
Controlled substance waivers for ending veteran suicide. Okay. Yay. Reduce from the trigger calls about smartphones. Yes, please.
Andrew Yang, someone who's an actual person
Free
should be
marriage
running this
counseling.
bot.
That's interesting, but I don't want to read about
Is she Yang, someone who's an actual person should be running that bot?
it. Yeah. Supporting historically black colleges and universities.
You're
That's
anti-robot
interesting.
everywhere else. Be consistent, man.
And increase user size. Yeah. Oh, like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like is this just a little bot?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Excuse me.
Donate. Shop. It's literally just the frick fracking thing that's on the homepage.
You should be having an actual person do that.
Oh my yay.
By your logic.
Yay.
Oh, he said legalize marijuana.
Yeah, what's he gonna say? I want to know. Let's make Puerto Rico a state.
Ooh, I like that.
Puerto Ricans don't like that.
No.
I think.
Lowering the voting age to 16.
Well, it depends.
That's interesting.
I've seen things saying that they might these days.
Most Puerto Ricans do not want to be a part of America. They want to be their own place. They want independence. And they want their rights.
I say let them vote, give them whatever they want. If they want to be a U.S. state, give them that. They want to be.
They don't want to be a U.S. state.
Give them that.
Well, what is this one? Southern Border Patrol?
Yeah.
Or something.
That.
Large numbers of people are entering the United States illegally, causing economic hardship. They're not the ones causing economic hardship. In certain areas, while also preventing us from knowing who exactly is in our country.
Wow.
Okay, illegal immigration is risky for those who are engaging in it and at the mercy of so-called coyotes. And it hurts those who are trying to immigrate legally. Cartels and individuals are trafficking drugs and humans into and out of the U.S. Our asylum system is flooded with cases resulting in people being enticed to go to the U.S. and ask for asylum. Taking for years before the case comes up. Ineffective solutions have become the only solutions. They aren't being discussed with any level of specificity.
Specificity.
We need to enforce the border.
Ooh. We need to enforce the border. Democrats, Republicans, Independents alike agree that this is a
Do they?
Democrats, maybe, but not liberals. I agree this is a pressing need for the good of both citizens and those who wish to come here. Though there are new technologies that could help us with the best approach.
Do you like technology or not?
You don't like robots?
Safeguard Americans, how so? Decrease the number of people entering this country illegally, how so? Protect victims of trafficking, how so? Stop the flow of illegal drugs from Mexico. Okay, yes, illegal drugs tend to come, but like, do you not account for all illegal drugs come from all the other countries? You know, the Russian mafia that's is working in the U.S., the Italian mafia, all the other mafias, but you're just worried about the Mexican drug cartels?
Also, why does there need to be a war on drugs at all?
The whole issue around drugs needs to be changed.
Nuclear launch.
Yeah, what's this mean?
The decision to launch a nuclear attack is too serious for a single person to make. The vice president should need to verify any such decision made by the president. But the whole point of it being for the president is to say, you're the last one available, you have to do this.
With a single individual.
Like,
I feel
that's the whole point.
This is a non-ish.
Yeah, I feel like this shouldn't have been made a whole section.
Prevent a nuclear attack being launched without enough reason to convince multiple individuals of its necessity. Bring the VP and chief of staff into the chain of command. Shouldn't, before you even get to that point, though, you already talked to all the other people before.
Yeah.
It's just you that pushes the button.
So we have like the last one, yeah.
That's again, I feel it's a non-issue, but
Reverse boot camp. What does this mean?
the boot camp in order to ensure they're ready for
Oh,
In order to.
it's to get
So-
ready to come back home.
Yes, because it's like a culture shock, but like way intense. Because you just go back from
Yes.
the battlefield.
Grocery shopping, cooking, nutrition, and creating and staying in
Yeah.
their personal schedules without
Yes,
schedule
this
enforced by the
okay.
military.
Okay,
Okay, I can
like
get behind
I can
this.
support this.
If I can get a candidate, then I can pick and choose that they have this from this person, this from this person, and they have all these things. And but it's like you have me for like 2/4 half, I guess.
He's not running anymore, but I want. But
He's
for
not?
for what?
Someone else.
Yeah, someone else. He's not running anymore, but I want. But sometime, maybe during one of these videos, I do want to show you Mike Gravel's page.
Okay, so that's cool. I like that.
That's interesting behind that.
I think you'd like him a lot.
Too bad if he's not running anymore.
Well, he's
Wow.
never really running. He just wanted to get into the debate, so he moved the debate to the left. But
I understand.
he has really good ideas. He has really good policies in his thing. So I think you'd like
He
his
said that
ideas.
number is 22 too high. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not work if it's not solid. Oh. Yeah, this is with the reverse boot camp is you should do the de-escalation of like you come down,
Yeah.
you get us evaluated because you're not evaluated, you get sent home. That's it.
Yeah.
And I know I'm friends with someone on Facebook that I'm in a Facebook group, and he's a veteran, and he's PTSD, and he like talks about he goes to service trying to go to the VA to get like care for his like a messed up shoulder or something like that, and it's such a hassle. And he's like regrets doing all that. I'm like, yeah. What was this one?
Children and technology.
Oh no.
Untold impact to affect them throughout their lifetime, but you're never gonna get a smartphone. So, but what's how do we
Oh my
turn
god.
our kids into anxious and depressed zombies?
Oh.
I
Oh.
was anxious and depressed before I had a smartphone, so I don't think it was that.
I
But you go ahead.
don't think it's a smartphone in general. What?
We need to help people take control and make smartphones use healthy and productive. Asking technology companies to regulate themselves is unfeasible. They'll always want to maximize engagement regardless of the social impact. Government must provide guardrails to keep technology from...
Okay, that is definitely a thing that like. That's just a lot. Like
Yeah.
That's just
government doesn't need to be involved.
This is a
on
Black
how
Mirror-ish
much
thing.
how much your kid uses technology.
That's for you to
Yeah.
decide as a
That's
parent.
very much a parenting issue.
I
and,
agree.
Works to understand the impact of emerging technology on human health and behavior. Find would promote responsible smartphone usage
Oh,
both within the
God.
industry and within the users. Create a department of the attention economy focuses specifically on smartphone, social media, gaming, and chat apps. How to responsibly design and use them, including age restrictions and guidelines. There are already age restrictions and stuff, and guidelines and stuff, and
I don't
A
think
department of
I don't think
attention.
a lot of people
Create-
who like Yang know about this.
that's because it's not in the big little bullet points. To
Not
hiding.
in the main
That's what they
one.
f***ing do.
I know.
Create a best practices design philosophy. for
Wait,
the
hold on. We need to regulate things like Facebook, Twitter, and Snap, like we used to with broadcast networks, newspapers, and phone companies.
Oh no. Oh no.
But
Bro, but you're saying follow you on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit.
that's a lot.
Like, the root cause for bullying and all that stuff is people and not the tech.
Yes.
America's lack of a paid family leave policy results in negative impacts. Yep, it does. Yep, forces people into poverty. It's embarrassing and unconscionable.
Unconscionable.
You don't encounter something that's basically the entire time. Yes. He or she. I'm tired of all the he or
Stop.
she.
Yes.
He slash she. Like, literally, just grammatically, taking out of account the non-binary folk. Just grammatically, you can say they as a singular thing, and that makes your sentence flow so much smoother.
And it uses less
think-
words.
It's
I want to give the benefit of the doubt to him, but I
No.
have a small suspicion because his fan base is mostly right wingers. He's trying to like dog whistle to
Oop. You don't gotta say it. They can read.
Can they?
I'm sorry. Maybe they can't. I see. We learn things. This is only the second episode, fam. should offer at least 9 months of paid family leave distributed between parents however they see fit, or 6 months of paid leave for a single parent. This is vaguely similar to how...
Less time, but very similar to how it was in Denmark.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's split up between parents however you choose to do so, or this amount for each parent.
Yeah.
I like that. I can, yeah.
Yeah. In Scandinavia, though, it's like a year.
Yes, yeah, Scandinavia is...
It's
cooler.
Historically, black colleges and universities.
Okay, so what's the issue?
HBCUs do not have sufficient financial resources and lack the access to private funding, endowments, and grants that all other universities rely on. HBCUs can't give out as many scholarships as schools to compete with. HBCUs are charged with more bank fees. It's interesting. I don't go to an HBCU. Go to, white school with you.
Yeah.
What's his goals? Ensure that they have funding, address unequal bank practices, provide with funding. This is interesting. And it's interesting. That's all I gotta say. Legalize weed. 11 states and district considered have legalized. We need to resolve the ambiguity and legalize it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thousands of Americans, many minorities, are in jail for non-violent marijuana-related offenses. Yes.
Yeah.
Federal treatment of marijuana is unclear. That remains a controlled substance under law. Unregulated marijuana with safety issues and lack of oversight.
Yeah, marijuana is considered as bad as like meth, according to the
I don't love marijuana. You a liar. You've been smoking the doobie. I recommend people not use it heavily. No, not use it heavily. But it's vastly safer than people becoming addicted to opiates like heroin. Yes. And our criminalization of it seems stupid and racist. Yes.
Okay, and the fact that, like, people say that it's like a gateway, but honestly, if it were legal and you didn't have to go to the shady drug people, it wouldn't be.
Yes.
True.
If you're going to the same person to get your weed and that person also sells heroin, that's how you get sucked into heroin.
Yes.
You're going to get laced crap and you're going to...
But, like...
You're already in the shady drug practices. But if you're just going down to, like, the 7-Eleven, then...
you go down to the dispensary and get your weed, then that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Like, if you meet a pothead that's just a pothead, that's different than being a heroin addict.
And our criminalization of it seems stupid
and racist. That's
especially now that it's legal in some states.
Like, we should proceed to full legalization of marijuana and pardon those in jail for non-violent. Yes.
Yeah.
And see, and he mentions pain management.
Yes, exactly. And see, I feel like instead of like a reparation payment for like slavery and stuff,
what the fuck is that?
give it to these people.
Yes.
Yeah.
These people who have been in prison for years.
Because when people get out of prison, they have nothing.
Yes.
Like, if they didn't have a support system beforehand, they go back to nothing and they fall back into the same cycle.
Exactly.
It's like, they're like, here's $20, that's it. $20 gets you that one bus ticket and then you're done.
I can also understand the idea of giving it to like families that are in generational poverty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Like certain... Like, you're just giving a generic rep. Like, how would you even go about giving reparations? Do you, like, how, I want to know how you would do that. Like,
I wonder if he has a thing with reparations.
I don't know, but, like, for this, Marianne said that. So, like, do you just, like, check yes, like, I'm black and you get reparations? Because, like, that doesn't,
From what I understand of Marianne,
me being a black person, like, yes, my ancestors were slaves, but I know people who are first generation American, they're African, like they're like, African American, but like their parents are from Nigeria. They were not affected. They aren't not in the same sense. Yeah. Like they come here and they face the same, because they look the way that I look, they face the same discrimination, but it's not generational.
Yeah, it's not like a generational.
It's not a generational thing.
Come here from slavery.
Yeah, so like how would you regulate that? How would you do that? Like how would you even go about reparations? And that's why it's stupid and you need something else. But that's make Puerto Rico a state.
I don't think
why.
they want that.
I don't think Puerto Rico's part of the U.S. for a century and they're arranged full. Like give them freedom.
Let them vote on it. And they will. Then the people will determine if they become a state
Puerto
or not.
Ricans look like Swedes. They'd be a. Yes, like
that's the thing right there.
That's the whole immigration thing, is they don't give two shakes of a rat's butt about white immigrants.
I know.
Yes.
don't care about what
Oh my
immigrants
god,
at all.
that's exactly what you were saying with like, dude, you were
Oh,
like,
that doctor dude?
no,
what dude?
no, with being questioned on if you're a citizen, like, if,
Y'all.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell y'all something that happened, right? So my boyfriend, he white. His grandma was talking to him. And his grandma, she said, well, maybe she's with you for your money. He said, Grandma, I ain't got no money. She said, okay. Maybe she's just trying to lure you in so you can get her pregnant and you have to pay child support. And she says, are you sure she's a citizen of this country? Like,
but I guarantee you,
but I
if
yes,
we were in a different position,
like,
if
if
we had switched, she would not be asking me.
yes,
No.
like if his girlfriend had been white, but everything else was the same, she wouldn't have said that. Is she a legal citizen?
No.
Like, just because I'm black, you
She
think
wouldn't
I'm
know.
an immigrant? Like, hun, I was born and raised in North Carolina. My mama, born and raised in North Carolina. My dad was born, and my grandma, like Autumn, like we was born here in the U.S. Like, I'm pretty confident that we go as far back as to when the white folks brought us over on the ships. So, aside from being native, like, I'm about as American as you can get. Like, I'm less immigrant than his grandma is,
He
probably.
said that though. If Puerto Ricans look like Swedes, they'd be a
Yeah,
state
so-
already.
That's so true.
So, in conclusion, y'all don't care about immigration. Y'all are just racist.
Yes, that
Yes.
is the tea.
Like, just let Puerto Rico be a country of its own.
Okay, he did say that.
If that's what they want.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask them
Let them
maybe.
vote on it.
You have to vote on it.
Lower the
exactly.
voting age. Why? I mean, like, why? But voter turnout is low. It was longer before everyone votes. The left out there before the voter. Young people are tasked without having the ability to influence.
That
Policy
is a big mood though, because you can work when you're like 15 or 16, but you can't vote.
Yeah.
So there are laws that are affecting you as a worker that you can't put any say in about because you're
No taxation without representation.
Patrick Henry. Mark Henry, I'm pretty sure that's a WWE fighter. Let me check to make sure that's not even. He's like a big black man. But yes, Patrick Henry is entertaining, right? That's his name.
Okay, the perspective of young people is discounted in our politics. That's true. We say that this is their fault because they do not vote at a high rate.
Yeah. This is not who we're talking about.
All right, I'll put a picture of Henry in here.
My bad, y'all.
If we allow voting at a younger age, we will encourage people to become lifetime voters at higher levels. It will be good for our democracy and would increase attentiveness to long-term problems like climate change over time. And that also makes sense because, like, around the age of like 16, you're gonna start seeing this stuff, but you don't have a say and you can't vote, and so you're in the habit of getting involved without actually voting.
Yes.
And
yes.
There are many people that are in organizations and stuff, and it's like, did you vote? And like, no, actually, but it's like you're a part of like a civil rights org or something like that.
What did you say you wanted me to look for? Let's see if you had it.
Reparations?
Oh, anything about reparation?
No.
Maybe it might be underneath, like something about black people, maybe. Or something black colleges, net neutrality, restoration. And
Look at minorities or slavery or something.
See, he need to make his website better. That's all I'm saying. No. Okay.
All right, so that's it on
Mr. Yang for this website. What?
Store. Let's go.
Oh, we're going to the store. Yes.
Did Mary Ann have a store?
I don't math. Ooh, I can't say that. I cannot say that. Vince. Sam.
Oh my god.
Is this part of your human capitalism?
This is cringe.
Well, I hope I got a shirt that say math. Math, money, marijuana.
Oh my.
This is really cringe.
Hella cringe.
So cringe.
Okay, well, let's focus on this one picture right here that he has. Let's focus on this. So we have,
the forced black person.
so we have the one Asian man. This is an Asian man that is running. He has one Asian person, it's one black person, and then I see 3 white folk. And I just.
Do you see this one?
Not left, not right. Forward. Oh,
Yeah, that's one of his-
super centrist.
That's one of his quotes.
Okay.
Not right, not left. Forward.
There is no forward with if you yang no.
Yang gang.
I'd be behind that saying if I was behind this man, but I'm not. Humanity first, Yang 2020. How's that a pride? Like how? Like
Because it has a rainbow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the rainbow.
Oh, let me just slap a rainbow and
Yeah.
call it pride.
There's 3 things in here.
Oh, I love it. How much are these things? Let me see the prices.
$8 for a button.
$30 for a T-shirt.
Nice. Mm.
Stickers,
Capitalism.
signs. Oh, he got signs. What signs he got?
Oh, this is a whole separate website.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in Shop Yang. Yang Bucks. That poster, I'm not gonna lie, he was cute. He cute in that picture right here. Which is
True.
probably why he put this up here to appeal to the
you?
thirsty people. But I'm a little more awake than that, so I'm not gonna just fall for a hot pick. Like I can like a hot dude that
I'm gonna keep my comment.
He has a calculator.
What about what?
He literally has a calculator.
Trickle up water. Wait a minute. What do you mean trickle up? Like that's just the type of water bottle it is.
It says that. It says it on it.
Trickle up
It
economy.
says trickle
So
up
it's like the trickle down economics, but the opposite.
Yes.
Ah.
Give money to the lower class.
Oh yeah, shot glasses. What's this math thing? Like, is he like a math whiz or some ish?
It's math. It's marijuana.
Math.
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
Basically, you get a bunch of money from marijuana through taxing it. So
therefore
you're able to
it's
fund.
math?
So you're able to fund.
That's dumb. I'm
So
sorry.
you're able to fund
I'm
other
not
things.
sorry. Actually.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine as wiki. It's fine as wiki.
Yeah, because Wikipedia has more info than the website does sometimes. Mr. Yang, how old are you?
Let's find out.
44. Okay.
Okay.
From Manhattan. He's not as old as Mary Jane or Mary Ann.
That's Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, whatever her name is.
Campaign.
Focus largely on policy.
Technocrat. Yeah, he's a technocrat.
What's that mean?
It means he believes that we should be represented by like experts, people who are experts in their field.
So
Basically,
the experts represent the people and not the people represent the people?
yes.
No.
That's what
Is that not what
that's
is that not what's already happening?
that's what technocracy is.
Interesting.
And no, we're more of a corporation.
More true.
Corporations represent us.
Yang is at least the third of American,
Supposedly Elon Musk
third
is also
American
that.
of East Asian descent to run for president.
Oh.
He's the first Asian American to run as a Democrat, but is he really a Democrat?
I know.
Like, I looked in there. It's like the difference between Democrats and like actual liberals. And it's like, yeah.
Well, he's obviously like a neoliberal,
Is he? What? Huh? Well,
Hold on.
Yang has received campaign.
He got campaign donations from Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage, Noah Centineo, Weezer frontman. Weezer funded Yang. Nick Cage and Weezer.
That's who you got backing you? Okay.
I don't know what that says. Nothing much, I don't think, actually.
Debate.
Yeah, I've seen all 3 of the debates so far.
But Yang and his supporters have provided video evidence that claims showing Yang speaking up but not being heard. That's
Yeah.
rude.
Yang was ignored in the first debate pretty heavily.
That's rough. Personal life. His wife.
Wait.
What?
Filmography.
Yeah.
His TED Talks. A thing about himself. Freakonomics Radio. The Joe Rogan Experience.
The Breakfast Club?
It's a talk show.
Oh. Okay, thank
The
you.
root. The
Ben
Ben
Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
Okay, so yeah, he's just in
Ben Shapiro. That's another episode.
He has also published books, but only 2 of them.
Cool, man.
A lot of presidential candidates have published books. I think all of them have,
Oh.
actually,
That's
except for like the not well known ones like Wayne Messam, which we'll go over later.
I just feel like Mr. Yang's a whole lot of nothing. which is not what I'm here for, because I'm here for radicalism. Like, I'm here for, like, radical
revolution.
change. Yeah. So,
Does it have any
it's
quotes?
like, I'll respect
No,
these people.
I just scrolled through the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
There's just not much here. Like,
Yeah. It's a very short Wikipedia page.
He doesn't do anything.
His website showed it all. He doesn't say anything about any of the topics. He just says this is a topic, and that's it. Rise of the robots. What?
Oh, no.
It says...
Oh, yeah, we can go to his presidential campaign policies on Wikipedia.
Okay. Maybe the thing.
Yeah,
That's what we already got.
we have already looked at that.
Tulsi. Freedom dividend. It's just a bunch of nothing.
Electoral reform, democracy dollars is a good idea that he has.
What is it?
Oh,
Receive $100 each year, or use it to give.
yeah, basically you.
So it's like you get money to then you give to back what candidate you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy that just to run your political campaign you get all this money,
I know.
and then it went to nothing if you don't win.
So
So all these people are out of their money,
Yeah.
and you didn't even win.
Yes.
It should be. It should be less. Like, like they do the posters and not the televised ads in Denmark. It should be like that. Like, because there's a lot less money going to just posters than there is going to.
yeah, they're not
television
televised political ads.
Oh, I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that would save so much money. But you know, America like, oh, I need to know this. America like never. Ooh, ideas, guys.
What?
We're gonna have a whole stack of these eventually.
I
Grab a
think,
little folder.
We're gonna have like a thing where you can push a button and it will say it.
I think we're done with Yang 2020.
Yes, I think we are done with thing 2020. So, okay, guys, remember register to vote and whatnot. You know, we're not gonna tell
That's
you.
important.
We're not gonna tell you to vote for it because I ain't here for that. But
Yeah, someone like Marianne Williamson could win if you don't.
Okay, let's ask. So we've like us each other. So we've gone through Marianne's thing. We've gone through Yang's thing. Who out of these two, like who would you be more
So if
likely
it
to
came
vote?
down to Yang,
If it came down to Yang and Marianne for
whatever
reason,
reason.
somehow some crazy ish happened, and that's who we have to choose between.
that would be really strange considering they're both running for the same party.
I meant like for us specifically.
For primary.
Yeah, for primary. Let's go for that.
Okay.
Just
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah. Yang or Marianne Williamson for the primary.
I would probably honestly go Marianne.
Same.
Yeah, she's more progressive.
She's psycho. Like the God stuff, like I can do without, and the medicine is illness is an illusion or some that BS. But she has
hire a better copywriter. So
yeah, her website look better.
Yes.
And she's
So does Yang,
she has a stance.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a stance. He's just kind of he's just there. He's just like, yeah, I'm
But he's doing way better than her. He was in the last debate. She wasn't.
interesting.
wow.
She didn't qualify.
What does it call? I don't care.
Polling numbers.
Oh, polling numbers, yeah.
Yeah, and
How does
stuff like
polling
that.
numbers work?
The amount of polls you're in, and
Like,
though there's a whole controversy about Tulsi Gabbard. She's ahead of some of the people who did make it in some of the polls, and in other polls she's not. So there's this whole
where do these
thing.
polls come from?
Polling websites.
So that do I have to do I go to a website and click something to make someone's rating go higher?
Or they generally send you emails, or
I don't check my-
they call you or something.
No. Wait, one time there was like a local election that I got called for, and I was like,
Okay.
I don't know this man.
Okay. Well,
All right.
that's it for Yang.
Yeah.
Register to vote, yo.
Peace out.
Bye.